Alright, morning of day 6, it's about 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. Let's go check in on them, see how they're doing. Matt's not at his camp. Pretty sure he's out here somewhere fishing. Let's go find him.
Jesus Christ.
It scare you?
I'm like, that's not a normal fucking bark.
Catch anything?
Nope. I had like 5 bites last night, but they wouldn't actually take the hook.
Ah, bastards.
Yeah, freezing my ass off.
Are ya?
My hands are numb, my feet are numb.
Put some damn pants on.
That'll do me a lot of good. I haven't even had a single bite today.
Really?
And my grasshoppers, 2-day-old grasshoppers don't work so good.
No.
They're kind of crispy, kind of hard to put on the hook.
Yeah.
I just want meat. Oh, and I put out a trot line last night across that little eddy. All the bait was gone. I checked the trap at 1:30 too, but I also put that little weir down there. Checked it at 1:30 this morning, and all the bait was gone off the hook, so there's nothing in it. So.
Lame.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hiked a little ways up. Bush.
How far up was that?
Gooseberry. There was actually a fish. Yeah, a little fish up there.
You didn't catch it?
No. Yeah, it's probably only about 4 or 5 inches long. You see that little thing I built?
Uh-uh.
Right up here is
Oh, your trot line?
the pseudo-fish weir.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed. There wasn't a single thing in there. Nothing touched any of that. That bottle that was in there, I poked holes in it and I had the guts in there for a while.
Yeah.
So that way they could come in and smell it, but they couldn't actually get the guts out, so I figured make the guts last longer. These fuckers deserve a prize.
The rocks for getting into your shoes?
The shoe company, the making shoe and crack rock. So fucking perfect.
Right? just be them buzzing around the flowers on the ground or something.
I've seen several spots where they're actually building nests like right on the water today.
Yeah.
Like the main where we camped first year, last year. That bottom campsite, right where we went down to get water and come back up. I was in the water coming over, and there was a nest right there. So you step on that and go in the water, you're probably gonna piss off.
Be all right.
And I was just, I've had a good childhood, I've had a good life. I could die.
You could die. You're ready.
Over, give it a couple of months. It's not going to suck anywhere near as much as it does now in your memory. You're like, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did this and that. Oh yeah, cool. You're not going to remember the suck anywhere near as bad as you do now.
Probably not. We're still gonna hike.
I don't know about that.
You're still gonna hike? Were you guys gonna go hiking today?
Yeah.
All right. So day 6.
Day 6.
How do you guys feel?
I feel good.
Yeah, I
Don't.
feel good, actually.
Yeah.
I feel.
Wishing I had fish, but
I feel acclimated.
Yeah. How you doing on food?
In the last couple of days, in the last 3 days, I didn't catch any fish.
What have you been eating? Striker. Hey.
I've been eating a lot of gooseberries.
Yeah.
A lot of gooseberries.
They helping? They sustaining you?
Yeah. Matt and I have been finding gooseberry bushes, and
So do you think your body kind of adapts when you don't have a lot to eat?
yeah, we probably even the first few days when we were catching like a fish in the morning and at night,
Mm-hmm.
there's probably only 200-300 calories a day.
Right. What do you think?
yeah, I agree. I don't know if it is the gooseberries. Maybe it's a mental thing or not, but yeah, I definitely feel like after eating them, they kind of keep you going pretty well. So they're definitely a good finisher.
Yeah.
Like I've only caught in 6 days. I've only caught 5 fish.
So, over the last 6 days, what do you think you've learned?
To never ever put yourself in a situation where you're out here.
Never ever.
Never ever.
So don't go outside.
Don't go outside. Just stay inside and cuddle with your dog.
Come on, you can't
Order
be
a Big
serious.
Mac.
Order a Big
How about don't put yourself in a situation where you're not prepared?
Yeah, don't put yourself in a situation where you're not prepared.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to start a fire, you're done. You're immediately done if you don't know how to start a fire, if you don't have anything to start a fire with. Like you wouldn't be able to cook your food, boil water.
So you started out with just a knife and an emergency blanket and your first aid kit. When you were able to gain back your tools, if you had just the tools that you gained back over the last 6 days, was that enough gear? You think you need more?
Not even. Don't even need a ferro rod.
No?
Just need your knife.
Just your knife.
Just your knife.
So you feel confident that if you just had a knife, you could get everything done if you needed to?
Yeah, you can get clean water, you can start a fire, and you can...
Well, how are you going to get clean water?
Through cactuses.
Yeah.
Through cactuses or burn bowl.
So the gear that you did get just made things easier?
Yes.
So.
A sleeping bag is nice.
Yeah, so that shelter, really. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I would agree to a certain extent. I mean, a saw is a hard item to replace. So when it comes to like getting wood and all that stuff, a saw is really good.
So
Yeah,
saw is
I mean,
great for processing wood.
Absolutely. You know, for your shelter, for your fire, for your tools and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can do bow drill with natural materials and all that with just a knife. But I mean, then again, if it's raining and it's wet, that'd make it a whole different ball game. So I mean, I'll take every single bit of gear I got, you know, plus some. It definitely makes life a lot easier. This makes you appreciate stuff way more.
So if you could just take 5 items out here, what would those 5 items be?
Definitely a knife, saw, some kind of tarp for shelter, more than likely. That's 3. Does a gun count for hunting?
No. 5 basic items.
5 basic items.
So you got 2 more.
Sleeping bag. And a pot. Yeah, a pot.
Yeah. What about you? Same things? Or would you change it at all?
Knife, saw, tarp, hot. That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Paracord.
Yeah.
Paracord can be useful.
Do paracord over a ferro rod?
That would be a tough one.
Yeah.
That'd be a
I
tough
can see
one.
the advantages of the paracord over the rod. If you didn't have like the willow bark and the willow withies and stuff you could use.
Unless you had, that little ferro rod necklace.
That still counts as ferro rod.
That counts?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't. Mine's still in my hammock. Failed, but yeah. So that one right there.
Yeah. Tarp.
See, but my thought, conditions out here were perfect for fire. It was easy to get a fire with the bow drill, but
It's very environmental.
yeah, add a little bit of rain, and that bow drill would have sucked. So I think a ferro rod. My personal opinion, a ferro rod is my second item.
And plus, it gives you that security because even if you get rained out and stuff and your fire does go out, it's not that big a deal to get another one started.
Right.
I've been able to keep this fire going for 6 days straight.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, it's been a great fire. Yeah, once you get it going, as long as you're able to maintain it. I mean, even me down in my camp, I would just start one in the morning and then come back, and I had enough coals, and I would be able to light it back up with those coals.
Yeah.
All right.
I like oak. Oak is like one of the most amazing woods I've
Yeah.
ever discovered.
Oh, wait.
One piece will burn for a day.
Yeah. It does last long as you don't find it overly rotten. But yeah, it's good stuff. But there's his wood pile. All right. So over the last 6 days, would there be anything that you would do different? Or anything that you wish you knew more of?
I wish I knew how to hunt more.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more techniques where, even when it comes to fishing.
So procuring food.
Good with fishing, though.
Yeah, you guys did good.
I feel like it's just all luck though. Because everywhere we're fishing is running water, still water, running water, still water. So we're chasing the still water, and when we fish it, it's almost as if it's empty.
Yeah. How about you?
What was the question?
Anything over the past 6 days you've done different, or anything that you wish you knew more of?
I do wish I knew more about these particular fish. Hand fishing with bait is new to me. I've only ever grown up when I'm allowed to use any kind of scent or bait back home. So I'm a casting rod kind of guy, so casting reel. So this has been new, but that, and I wish I'd busted out the cordage sooner, so I'd got my cordage back.
Yeah.
I didn't get it till yesterday.
Well, I mean, okay, so you got your cordage quicker. So really what it boils down to is you guys, yes or no, pretty confident in your skills as far as fire making, shelter building. How about wild edibles?
Yep.
Feel good about wild edibles?
Yep. Been eating a lot of goosefoot.
Yeah. So really what the tough part is, and I'd have to agree with you, is food procurement, right? So you guys did a lot of fishing, and to me, I freaking hate fishing.
Yep.
Do you think there's a better way to procure fish than fishing?
Building traps.
Yeah, so focus on traps. What about that net? Do you wish you'd have had that net?
No,
No?
not out here. It would have got stuck in the willows or the rocks. I wish I had a basket that had a fish trap in it.
So if you would have spent some time building a fish trap, fish basket, do you think you would have had better luck at catching fish?
I could just leave it out there,
Right.
anchor it, and not worry about it.
What about using a fish weir?
Yep, same deal. Yeah, any passive hunting or fishing method is definitely an advantage because that frees you up to go do stuff. All you have to do then is go check. Is there anything in it? Nope. All right, good to go.
Yeah.
Kind of
Now,
thing, so.
fish baskets are time consuming. Fish weirs are time consuming.
And effort.
And they do a fair amount of effort. But I feel like once you get your fire and your shelter going, if you spent more time on those passive fishing traps, probably be a little bit more successful, maybe. We won't know until you get one of these days when you guys try it. But which in a true wilderness situation, you'd have those fishing traps probably set up, fishing weirs. And while those were working and you had everything else laid out, then you could hunt. Hunting requires a lot of calories. And you did bring a bow. There's a bow over there. We can't legally hunt this time of year without licenses. We're not in a true survival situation, so we can't do that. But you could take those targets of opportunity. Animals are skittish. They're not just going to come to you. You read the book Hatchet right before he came out here. What do you feel? How do you feel about that book as opposed to real life?
That it lies.
Hatchet is a really good distraction book for the mind of daydreaming and play, but has no real tune to the wilderness.
Yeah, why is that?
In Hatchet, he caught food every single day. That doesn't happen.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
It's true. I mean, he was in an area that seemed like was resource rich. And we got a lot of resources out here. We got a good stream. We got there's marmots and weasels and bobcats and mountain lions and bears and lions and tigers and oh my, whatever.
We are more in a canyon than forest.
Yeah.
But it's all environmental.
Right.
But it's just different animals.
Yeah.
But I have not seen 6 days. I haven't seen a single mammal. I haven't seen a single land animal.
They're out there.
They're out there, but I haven't seen one.
Yeah, they tend to avoid us. So if you're gonna go search, you have to hunt, and you got to be proficient at it. It's just
you guys do know what the definition of vegetarian is, right? What the root word is? Old Indian word for bad hunter.
You guys were vegetarians over the past few days, weren't you? But they're out there. It's a lot of hard work. Anyways, anything you want to add?
This is a great experience. A couple mental breakdowns.
Happens to everybody. Anybody that says otherwise lies.
One of the hardest things I've done yet, and one of the best things. Best thing I've ever heard was the greater the risk, the greater the reward.
Or the greater the failure.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Always send it.
Always send it. Send it. How about you? Anything to add?
No, it's just been a fantastic experience. So, and I'm, not to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty proud of myself. I handled it a lot better than I thought I was gonna. So
Yeah.
It still sucked, and it's definitely difficult, but yeah, no, it's but this is also my second time around, so I had a good experience last year. Good practice. So this is my round 2.
How long have you been doing bushcrafty survival stuff?
I kind of started actually knowing what I was doing when I took class from you. So what, about 3 years, 3-4 years at most?
Yeah, it was 3 or 4 years ago. So you
I mean, I was always outdoorsy. I was out, chopping down trees as a kid and just being outside and fishing and that kind of stuff. But actual bushcraft survival, the actual correct ways to do it. Pretty new to the game, really. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 4 years is a good amount of time. You've gone to a few different things. You've refined your skills, I believe. I can tell the difference in your ability to do stuff since the last time I saw you, or the first time I saw you, 3 or 4 years out. You've always been pretty crafty, but I think I could see the change mentally. And your physical ability to craft stuff. I mean, about you, how long have you been doing this?
I have been doing this for 50 days.
50 days.
I've never done any bushcraft stuff. I played in the woods, and I've always wanted to learn how to survive. And now I know what it's like. I won't ever go out there and do this again.
You won't do this again, or put yourself in the situation?
I won't ever put myself.
Are you think you're done with bushcrafting?
No. Bushcraft is a beautiful thing because everything you need is already around us.
Yeah. It's just harder than
This is minimalism.
Yeah. Would you say it's harder than what you expected it to be?
Very.
Yeah.
Mentally, I had no idea, but it is all mental.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody can learn the skills, right? And you could probably do it in a few days. I don't know about a few days, but you can do it in a few weeks. It's the mental game that gets people. So PMA.
PMA, positive mental attitude.
Right.
That can be your undoing.
Yeah. So keep your mental game, build up your mental. What's the word? Mental fortitude, and this becomes easier.
Yep. I think that's why I'm not as struggling as much as I thought I would, because I had that round one, and I knew how taxing it was. I mean, I was in your position last year. I mean, I was dog-ass hungry and tired and fed up and over it, and just, yeah. But this year I kind of knew what to expect, and I'd already kind of stretched myself in that way, so I was a little bit more prepared. So, and the more you do that, the more you push and stretch and grow, the better you get. But yeah, I mean, you can have all the skills in the world, but if you don't have the right mental attitude to go with it, it doesn't do you any damn good. You're done. You're screwed.
And I can't imagine being completely alone.
It's tough. Okay, one last question. What's your reason for being out here?
Personal growth. Test myself and test what I'm made out of, and get better, be better, do better.
What's your reason?
I just want to experience life to the fullest. The best things in life are free.
All right. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right,
Go catch a damn fish. All right, day 7, the last day. I'm packed up. Fire's out. We're mid-afternoon, or early afternoon. I'm just waiting for the guys to break camp, put their fires out, pack up their stuff, and meet me down here, and then we're gonna hike out. Got about 4% battery. My backup battery's dead, so I'm not gonna be able to show you as much of the hike out as I wanted to. But we'll catch a little footage of them hiking out to, I guess, civilization. We talked to them day 6 a little bit. They seem to do all right, and they feel like they have some improvements to make, or they're pretty proud of themselves. I'm pretty proud of them. 7 days out in the woods with no food except for what you can forage. It's pretty tough. I do give them an out with that beef jerky, but still, it's a struggle and it's a challenge. But that's why we're out here, to challenge and to find your reason. Why would you put yourself through that challenge? But hopefully you enjoyed this little video of their 7 days out here with me. Hopefully I'll get you to join me one of these days. Until then, I'll see you around. Many people wonder why someone would venture out into the wilderness and put themselves through the struggles of a survival challenge. Some might do it because our society lacks a rite of passage and this is their substitute. Some people might do it because they do not wish to take for granted the simple things in life, like turning on a faucet for fresh water, or going to the refrigerator for food, or simply going indoors when the weather is unfavorable. Some might do it just to prove to themselves that they can. Some might do it to achieve a sense of freedom. Some might do it for personal growth. It matters not why an individual subjects themselves to these struggles. What matters is why you would choose to do it. Your own reasoning will put the test of survival into motion and ultimately satisfy your reasons. No one else needs to truly understand. Or maybe they do. I say beware the technologies of today's society who would make everyone in all the world equal. Opportunities should be equal, but achievement must be left up to the individual. Standing before Mother Nature, facing her challenges, gives those that do it their own sense of achievement that one cannot face in modern society. In the wilderness, Mother Nature sets the playing field. Colorado mountain man survival simply levels it.